The city of Verona seemed calm under the afternoon sun, yet tension rippled invisibly through its streets. Colorful homes lined bustling markets where merchants shouted over the clatter of carts. But beneath the laughter and chatter, a centuries-old feud simmered between the Montagues and the Capulets. Old grudges had become as much a part of the city as its stone walls and cobblestone streets. A careless word could ignite violence, a glance could spark a fight. Romeo Montague wandered these streets with a restless heart. 16, tall for his age, with hair as dark as a raven's wing, he had known fleeting crushes before, but none had stirred his soul. The feud weighed on him, yet he could not resist roaming the quiet corners of Verona, searching for something he could not name. Across the city, in the grand Capulet estate, Juliet prepared for the evening's masquerade ball. She was 16 as well, bright, curious, full of daring dreams. Her mother fussed over her gown, unaware of the longing in her daughter's eyes. Juliet's heart ached for a love unbound by family rivalries, one that could reach past walls, pride, and tradition. As night fell, the Capulet estate shimmered with lantern light, music, and laughter. Guests in glittering masks swirled through the halls, their footsteps echoing against marble floors. Romeo, urged by curiosity and whispers of the ball, slipped inside through a shadowed doorway. The scent of roses and candle wax mingled with the soft notes of a lute, drawing him forward. Then he saw her, Juliet. Even through her delicate mask, her eyes shone with light. In that instant, everything else vanished. Romeo's heartbeat quickened. It was as if the world itself had paused, holding its breath for their meeting. Juliet's gaze met his, and something electric passed between them, a spark neither could ignore. They danced, not with formal steps, but in a rhythm of discovery. Every glance, every brush of their hands carried the thrill of forbidden love. The ballroom seemed to melt around them, leaving only the two of them, caught in a moment that felt eternal. Finally, they slipped onto a quiet balcony, the soft moonlight draping over them like a silken cloak. Romeo's voice trembled with longing. "Juliet, I've never felt anything like this. You change everything." Juliet's heart raced. "I feel it too, but our world would never allow it. And yet I cannot stop this. I cannot stop loving you." They parted that night with a lingering glance, a promise in their hearts that this encounter was only the beginning. Verona slept, unaware that history had quietly begun to write itself. The seeds of destiny were planted. The spark between Romeo and Juliet burned brightly, hinting at a story of adventure, love, heartbreak, and courage. Two young hearts have met, but the world is against them. What dangers will their love face? Morning light spilled over Verona, but the city felt quieter than usual, almost holding its breath. Romeo could not forget Juliet, the curve of her smile, the brilliance in her eyes, the electricity of her first touch. Every step through the city reminded him of the distance growing between them. Juliet wandered the Capulet gardens, her fingers brushing the petals of roses and jasmine. The scent was sweet, comforting, but her heart was restless. She longed for more than secret glances and whispers. She longed for a life with Romeo. Despite the danger, their love would not wait. They began meeting in hidden corners, alleys where shadows played with the moonlight, behind walls of ivy, in quiet chapels untouched by the sun. Every stolen moment carried the thrill of risk and the sweetness of discovery. One afternoon in the orchard, Romeo spoke, his voice trembling. "Juliet, I cannot imagine life without you. You are my world." Juliet's hand shook as it met his. "Romeo, I love you more than words can hold, but our love is forbidden, and yet I cannot help it. I cannot stop loving you. Their decision was bold. They would marry in secret, binding their hearts forever. They sought Friar Lawrence, a wise and gentle priest who believed in love's power to heal hatred. He hesitated, but saw the truth in their eyes. In a quiet chapel, they exchanged vows, hands trembling, hearts racing faster than the bells of Verona. A tiny flame of hope flickered in a world shadowed by family hatred. But danger followed swiftly. A confrontation erupted in the streets. Romeo, defending a friend, struck down Tybalt, Juliet's cousin. The city gasped. The authorities acted immediately. Romeo was banished, leaving Juliet heartbroken and alone. Their love endured despite the distance. Letters and whispers carried their devotion across the walls that divided them. Each message was a heartbeat, a promise, a lifeline. Yet Verona's shadow of hatred loomed ever larger, threatening to tear them apart. Separated by fate, their love grows stronger, but danger closes in. Will they find a way to be together? Verona seemed heavier now. Romeo, exiled, wandered lonely forests and distant streets. Each step reminded him of Juliet, the life they had dreamed of, and the love that had ignited his soul. Juliet, confined in the Capulet estate, faced a cruel reality. Her parents were arranging her marriage to Paris. Her resolve hardened. She could not live without Romeo. Seeking counsel from Friar Lawrence, she hatched a daring plan. A potion would make her appear lifeless. Once Verona believed her gone, she would awaken, free to be with Romeo. On the night before her wedding to Paris, Juliet drank the potion. Her body sank into eerie stillness. Her parents found her and mourned, preparing her for a tomb. The halls echoed with grief, heavy and suffocating. Far away, Romeo received news of Juliet's death. His heart shattered. Racing back to Verona, he arrived at the tomb and saw her pale form. Desperation overtook him. A vial of poison ended his life. His final breath a plea for forgiveness and longing. Moments later, Juliet awoke. She saw Romeo lifeless on cold stone. Shock, grief, and heartbreak intertwined. With courage born of boundless love, she joined him in death, completing the union fate had denied them in life. The city mourned. The Montagues and Capulets finally understood the cost of their hatred. Reconciliation began. Love, though tragically lost, left a legacy of hope. The cost of love is revealed, but can Verona learn from the tragedy? Verona's streets were quieter now. The tragedy of Romeo and Juliet left an emptiness, but also a lesson. The Montagues and Capulets, standing at the tombs of their children, wept for what they had lost. Pride and hatred gave way to reconciliation, fragile yet sincere. The story of Romeo and Juliet spread through the city and beyond, inspiring generations. Young hearts learned that love could be brave, unstoppable, and pure, even in the face of impossible odds. Friar Lawrence reflected years later, "Love is the most powerful force. It can bridge families, heal wounds, and leave a legacy long after we are gone. Romeo and Juliet have shown the world to love deeply is to live fully." Verona remembered the boy who dared to dream beyond rivalry, the girl who refused to be confined, and the love that outshone every shadow. Their story became eternal, a beacon of longing, courage, heartbreak, and devotion. Though brief, their love left a mark stronger than hate, brighter than sorrow, and immortal in memory. Romeo and Juliet taught that love, when real, endures beyond life itself, inspiring hearts to hope, to fight, and to love fiercely.